We all know that one bitter married couple that makes us wonder, why are they even together? They're such a terrible match. The sad truth is, they probably started out as a happy couple too. Sometimes, the ingredients of a happy relationship when dating aren't enough to make a happy marriage. The bridge from a happy relationship to a bad marriage is paved by miscommunication and misunderstanding. This is why you want to make sure you ask your partner these questions before you get married. Question number 1. How do you see us dividing household chores? You want to make sure more is not being expected from you than you are willing to do, and vice versa. Household responsibilities are an everyday task, and so if you are not on the same page about it, frustration can start to build up day by day. Of course, there is no need to decide the exact specifics yet, like they will do the laundry and you will cook the meals. But it would help to have a general idea of how much they plan to contribute. Having different opinions does not necessarily have to be a deal breaker, but you need to see how much both you and them are willing to compromise and meet in the middle. Question number 2. Do you want to have separate bank accounts or share everything? This is especially important if there is a substantial difference in both your incomes. Having conversations about how you will deal with finances before tying the knot can save you a lot of trouble in the future. If they want to keep things separate, then it is important to discuss how you will approach purchases. Big and small expenses might be treated differently. So you should talk about what you will do if you want to buy a new house or car, but also discuss daily and monthly expenses. Money can be an uncomfortable topic for couples, and so you must approach it with sensitivity. Don't set demands or feel insulted. Instead, have an open and honest conversation and try seeing their point of view and calmly presenting your own. Question number 3. Do you want kids? If yes, when and how many? You might have already discussed wanting kids, but roughly hammering out the specifics before marriage is always a good idea. Children are a huge responsibility and transform your life before they are even born. You want to make sure their timeline matches the one you have in mind. If you're just starting out in your career, whereas they are already at the peak of theirs, they might want children sooner than you. It could also be the opposite, where they want time to focus on their career, but you're ready for kids. In either case, you should see whether this is negotiable or non-negotiable for you. In addition to discussing when the right time to have kids is, you should know the parenting style and approach they plan on adopting. Are they going to be authoritarian parents who set strict rules and believe in one-way communication? Or permissive parents who rarely enforce rules and might overindulge their child to avoid conflict? Of course, there is a spectrum, and they don't have to be either of these extremes, but you should know which side they lean towards. Question number 4. What role will religion have in our lives? Keeping religion separate when dating is relatively simple unless you live together. That is why you might not even realize how large or small a role religion plays in your partner's life. This completely changes after marriage, and so a chat about religion is very much needed. Do they pray every day? If yes, do they expect you to join them? Are there other religious rituals they observe, such as fasts? What are their expectations from you, and vice versa? You should also know whether they travel during religious holidays or stay home and celebrate. Even if the importance of religion is different in your lives, as long as you are okay with the other following their own beliefs, there should be no problem. Save yourself hours of fighting and have this discussion before you get married. Question 5. What do you like to splurge on? Unfortunately, money doesn't grow on trees. So, big expenses like a vacation or a new house or car require saving up. Imagine you sacrifice things you love for a year to save up to go on that vacation to France, and your partner shows up one day with a fancy new television. Sounds like an absolute disappointment, doesn't it? When you work hard and save money, you want to make sure what you spend it on gives you happiness. This is why before you tie the knot, you need to see what their priorities are. You want to make sure neither of you will be disappointed when it comes time to splurge. If what you both like to spend on is not the same, then you just have to settle on some sort of system of taking turns deciding what you do with the extra money to make sure both of you are happy. These 5 questions obviously don't cover everything you need to know about each other before marriage, but it is a good place to start. Just make sure you are thinking along similar lines for the larger, more important things in life, and the rest can be managed along the way. The happiest marriages aren't between 2 people who are the same, but instead between 2 people who have found the best way to communicate their needs and desires. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.